castle. Some things you'll need are a piece of paper, a ruler, and a pencil. Now, if you don't have a ruler, you can also use a piece of paper for a straight edge. The first thing you'll need to do is go to about the center of the paper and trace a line from the edge of a paper or a ruler. You're going to make a square shape. Once you have that, make sure the top of your square is around the same length apart. And take your paper and create a rectangle next to the square. And you want those to be about equal distance apart. Now, if it's not perfect, that's okay. You want there to be one square shape in the middle with an open top and two rectangle shapes on the side with an open area at the top. Connect the bottom of your rectangle to the square you made in the middle. And now go to the top of the square. Draw a line coming across and another line, a dashed line, not a dotted line, a dashed line, and take that line down and up. That is the center of your castle. Now go to the side of your castle and you will do the same thing. Go over, down, over, up, over, down, over, up, over, down, over, up. It's a pattern. And connect to the top. So that is what your castle will look like, the structure. Go to the middle of your paper and draw an arch, which is like a rainbow curved line all the way down to the bottom. Erase anything you don't like. This is your castle structure. Inside of that arch, you will draw lines coming down to the bottom. Now, if you want a wooden door, you can draw lines just like this, straight and then stop. But if you want a gated door to your castle, then you are going to do lines down and a cross. Now to create the brick for the castle, we'll line our paper up and go straight across, lightly, not too hard, across your paper. We want this to be not a firm line, but a lighter line going across. And do this all the way down to the bottom of your castle. Now we will add our windows. Windows are a curved line like a rainbow with a line at the bottom. And curve your arch and add a line at the bottom. To shade these windows in, or the opening of the front of the castle, you're going to draw a curved line on the side, and that little part will be darker. So color that in as dark as you can go with your pencil. And anything else out of that is going to be a little bit lighter. That's shading. You're giving an idea that that window has depth. So in that little curved part, go dark, and in the inside, draw a bit lighter, which means you don't push as hard on your pencil. You draw a little bit more lightly. From the top of that window, draw a line coming straight down, so we are going to add to the brick. Now the brick on the castle does not have to be straight lined. You're going to create lines unevenly because the bricks are laid in different patterns. And on our castle, we are going to draw a line where it doesn't always line up with the line above it. So it looks like the bricks are stacked on top of each other in a different kind of pattern. Once you have laid those lines down and you like the way that your bricks look, we are going to do the same thing on the side of our castle. So we are going to add 2 windows up on the top and on the bottom. And we're going to do that on the other side. And we want it to be symmetrical, which means it's going to look like a mirror image on the other side because symmetry has a visual appeal. So if you were to fold the paper in half, it would almost match on the other side. Shade in the side of the window, color it in darker on the edge and lighter in the middle, and do that with every single window. In the same way that we laid the bricks in the center of our castle, we're going to take our piece of paper or ruler and do that with the sides of our castle. Let's add a little detail on top, which is a flag. You can use colored pencils and crayons if you want to color in your castle. This is just a pencil drawing, but if you wanted to color that flag in, you can do that. The longer that you make your flag, the more it looks like it's blowing in the wind. So those are 2 lines coming up at the middle of the castle post, and you are drawing, and to shade this in, on the farthest right of the flag is darker. When you go to the tip, you lift up a little bit on your pencil and it becomes lighter. So dark to light, this is shading. You want the part that's toward the tip to be lighter and the part that's toward the edge to be darker. So if you're starting at the edge of the flag, it's dark. And I also take some of the drawing out with my eraser. So if I want it to be lighter, I just erase what I have drawn. So at the corner of my flag, I'm pressing with firm pressure. And as I go toward the tip, I lift up a little bit on my pencil and I don't draw as hard. And I take an eraser and just lift out some of that pencil. Now, if you want to make your castle look more realistic with shading, you can use a pencil to do that. You can also color in your castle with crayon or marker. I'm going to use pencil. So toward the edge of my castle on this side, I'm drawing firm and harder with my pencil. When I go over, I draw lighter, so it's dark on one side, and as I go to the other, my pencil is not pushing as hard. And I can lift out some of that pencil with an eraser to make it look lighter on the left part of that edge of the castle. And you'll notice the shading in the middle is similar. You don't want to press with the same firmness over the whole castle. There's going to be darker spots and lighter spots. Typically, in the edges of the brick, I make those darker. In the bricks themselves, I draw a little bit lighter. It's the pressure that you use on your pencil. Darker on the edge and lighter towards the middle. You can always use an eraser to erase some of the darker parts to make them look lighter. Once you're done shading your castle, you can add details like a moat, a sky, or castle characters.